Hello, hello, hello. I'm a little nervous. I am so excited, so honored, so humbled. I'm just thrilled to be doing this, to be speaking with you guys. I just put my kids to bed. Bedtime's usually hit or miss, so I'm hoping we don't have any interruptions. Hi. I'm so excited to be doing this. I am a little nervous, but so excited. Hi. Okay, so don't forget to share this. If you share this, you are entered into like a drawing to win a $100 shopping spree. And then if you catch this live and you interact, you also have a chance to win the artist brush collection. So interact, share this, talk, hang out with me. Hi. Okay, so if you are a partner, or if you are a customer, or if you're just curious, tell me where you are joining from. I live in New Jersey. It's just kind of starting to be nice. We're starting to feel the spring. Today it was like 68. So I'm from New Jersey. My name's Alisha Dumont. I am an executive diamond director with BELLAME. I joined in August of last year in 2020. So a little over 8 months I've been with BELLAME. This is unlike anything I've ever been a part of. Like, just so completely different from the moment I started. It's just different. There's just something fantastic about this company. And tonight I'm just gonna tell you like how this came to be, how I got here, tell you a little bit about my journey, take you way back, all right? So I have a couple notes, so if you see me glancing down, I just don't wanna miss anything. As I was like sitting down and writing like why, how this all came to be, I got some like deep emotional thoughts going, right? Like some vivid memories of childhood. Like I wanted to really know my why and like how exactly I got to be here. So I believe everyone has a story, every face, every person, you know, you don't know what they've been through and what, you know, they got going on. So I'm gonna tell you how I got to this like exact spot. I was really looking for some aha moments. I didn't find like exact moments that got me here, but what I did think about was some like one foot in front of the other situations that kind of like got me where I needed to be, okay? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, like those one foot in front of the other moments. You know what I'm talking about? Those like, just, you have no other choice but to keep trucking along. There's not a lot of decisions to be made. You just one foot in front of the other. All right, so let's go way back, all right? My mom and dad met in high school. They graduated. My mom got pregnant with me, and then they got married in that order. So my parents were very young. We joke that me and my mom kind of raised each other, but there might be a little truth in that. They were very hardworking. They were hard-loving. They were super supportive, but they were broke. I mean, I don't know their exact financial situation. I know we got what we needed, but there wasn't a lot left for things we wanted. I remember this like one time, we went to Catholic school and everyone, you know, had their matching uniforms, and I so desperately wanted a matching scrunchie to match my uniform because that's what the other girls had. And I just knew that I shouldn't ask for that because we didn't have the money. And it wasn't a like terrible thing. I didn't feel deprived. I just knew not to ask for it. They didn't have it, and that was fine. So my childhood was like a typical, like out of an 80s movie childhood. That's really what I think. Like both of my parents worked outside of the home. We didn't have cell phones. You rode bikes, you played with the neighborhood kids, and you came home when the streetlights came on. And that was like what everybody did, right? But the town that we lived didn't have the best, they didn't have the best school system, public school system. So education was really important to my parents. And I'm getting like a lot of messages come in like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. So I'm getting like off track. So education was really important to my parents. So that was where they put their money. The little bit of money they had, they spent on me and my sister going to Catholic school. I went to Catholic school all through elementary school, all through high school. I even went to Catholic college. I went to an all-girl Catholic college. That didn't last long. I transferred after my freshman year. But I always worked. I always wanted more. I wanted more money, I thought. Like I'm very money motivated. So I worked a lot while I was in school. If I wanted a car, my first car was a Chevy Nova, an 87 Chevy Nova. If I wanted a car, I had to work and get the car. If I wanted jeans, because Catholic schoolgirls don't wear jeans, you wear sweatpants in your uniform. If I wanted jeans, you have to work to buy the jeans. So if I wanted it, I had to buy it. I had to work for it and buy it. So I learned early on how to juggle school and work, extracurricular. I was a cheerleader in school. I was part of every club. And then how to manage my social life and how that all, so there were always a ton of balls in the air. I worked in retail, I waitressed. But when I went to college, I started to see that the real money, the real like cash was bartending. So I bartended in college. I bartended my first year teaching. I actually made more money bartending in the summer than I did my first year teaching, swear. I worked at a bar named Kathmandu. It's where I met my husband. It's actually like a really cute story. He came in and told me that I would be his wife. Like the first night we met, he was like, you're gonna be my wife. I'm like, and here we are. So working at Kathmandu and meeting him and marrying him is, I'm gonna get like a little emotional. That is like the true blessing of my life. That was like the best decision I ever made because he is the exact right person for me. He is so supportive. And that decision, you know, to trust that love has changed the trajectory of my life because what we have built together has been like so amazing. So finding him has been like the biggest blessing in my life. And that's like the God's honest truth. He is like the greatest. So I'm a special ed teacher. That's my day job. I teach algebra and geometry at high school. I love teaching. I love my job. I love what that brings. But I also love that it lends to being at home with your family in the summer and being off on the holidays. I always knew that I wanted to be a mother. I wanted a big family. So teaching was like the thing that just made sense. I loved kids. So high school's new. I was always like a younger grade teacher. I taught middle school for 12 years. And then the last 2 years, I've moved up to high school. And the higher up in the grades I get, believe it or not, I love it more and more and more. So I mentioned before it was bedtime. I have 3 boys. Being a teacher, I knew I wanted a big family. I have 3 boys, Frederick and Dean. They're my 8-year-old twins. And then my baby is Dominic. So I have a little bit of an age gap there between them. But we wished and we prayed and we worked really hard for this family. If you've struggled with fertility issues, it's a long and hard journey. But ours ended with 3 beautiful babies. It tested my strength. It tested my marriage. It tested my faith. But I came out like way more aware of who I was and that confidence and what I wanted out of life. Like that one foot in front of the other season of my life was that fertility journey. And, you know, there wasn't a lot of decisions to be made, just whatever I had to do to get the end game. And that is now thankfully in the rear view, because that was a struggle. That was something that, you know, changed who I was, made me stronger, but it definitely changed who I was. So going through that, I was able to see, you know, really what I wanted out of life. And truth be told, I want it all. I do. I want it all. So after becoming a mom, I had twin boys first. If you are a twin mom, there's a special place in heaven for us. When I became a mom, I realized what it meant to be a wife and to lead a household. And I started to shift my mindset from what I wanted out of life to what I wanted for my family out of life, and what I wanted to be able to create for my family. And I want to spend summers down the shore. I want to spend, you know, winter skiing. I want my boys to play sports, and I want them to go to summer camp, and I want them to have ice cream and pizza and lots of friends and ride bikes. And I want them to have it all. I want them to feel safe and loved. I want them to know the value of $1, but I also don't want them to ask for something and money be the reason why I say no. I mean, within reason. I like nice things. I like nice experiences. I feel like when you do nice like going out to dinner with your family is a way that like it brings everybody back together, and it brings conversation. So, you know, we need money, and I'm a teacher, so there's not a lot of money. So I always had to like have a side hustle. I worked from when I was in school. I'm a worker. I like to work. By no means am I, you know, complaining about that. So, you know, there's that. I want them to experience it all. So I kind of want to go back, just briefly touch on my husband. So my husband prefers not to be on social media because of his job. So as much as I adore him and love him, I hold those cards pretty close, and I don't put him out there on social media. But if you are friends with me on social, you'll see, you know, we're going all over the place. My sons are on two baseball teams. They are on a soccer team. We're always down the shore. We're always here and there and going. So time and family time, that's like really precious. And it's super valuable. So that brings me to BELLAME. This like precious time that we have, right? So BELLAME allows me to work within pockets of time that I have within my day. I mentioned I was a high school teacher. I'm up and out the door before 6:30 on a good day, more like 6:40. So I'm up and out early. But I share within pockets of time. So, you know, on my lunch or while I'm waiting at parent pickup, I share products I actually use that actually work, a brand that has integrity. I could not be more impressed with BELLAME. This is unlike anything I've ever been a part of. So I was with this other social selling cosmetic company that's actually, I followed my mentor. She was with that company prior. We didn't know each other, but I followed her for a while, and I was curious, and we got talking, and you know, the rest is history, kind of. Like, I just jumped all in. I am an impulsive, like, oh, it's a good idea. I'm there. I'll do it. So it's just different here. It's different from what I was used to. There's no competition. There's no rivalry. It really is like super supportive, which is fantastic. Like, these are, you know, there's guys too, but these are girls. I have met some people that like our paths would not have crossed otherwise. you know, people that we just could not be more different on paper, but we have this common, you know, little goal of Bellamy, and it's bringing us really close together. So I really enjoy it. We're paid according to our own hustle. You don't need a team to get you where you want to be. Our CEO, something that really impressed me, one time I heard her speak on that she has no investors. This is debt free. It's, you know, her and her husband own it outright. That's huge. I want to follow somebody who's financially responsible and good at business. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better than that, right? So I put my faith in her. I know she knows what she's doing. She knows us. I felt heard from day one, which, you know, is really incredible. Melissa, goes live and interacts with us. She's friends with us on social media. She knows my name. I mean, that's really cool that, you know, I'm not just a number. I am someone to her. I've also learned so much about skincare. It has become an obsession about quality ingredients and what anti-aging and clinical grade really mean. I love it. I can't say enough good things about being here in Bellamy. I mean, the compensation plan is fantastic. The 19 ways to earn, you know, it really has, that was another one of those things that changed the trajectory of my life. Being here and seeing what this can do, you know, is fantastic. So I've learned to lead. I wasn't a leader in our last company. In a little under 8 months, I have a team of over 154 girls. And it is the most important thing to me to be a good leader for them, to know and to train and to be someone they can count on. That is like the biggest thing for me. So we all get into this for different reasons, right? I mean, one common thing in talking to other women that do Bellamy with me is that we get something that we don't get from our other job, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you work 9 to 5. Bellamy gives us something that we don't get from somewhere else, honestly. So whether that be recognition or bonuses, the money, extra money, the friendships, I mean, you get something else from this. It really feeds your soul. I feel that, honestly. And our product line is like what people want. Everybody wants this. So it's this little baby brand that is changing the industry. I mean, I want to be a part of that. So there have been so many one foot in front of the other moments in my life that, you know, you just got to get to the next point. I finally feel, as a wife and a mother of 3 and a teacher, I'm comfortable in my skin. I feel comfortable in my skin, that I'm finally able to relax, to stop and smell the roses, to enjoy, you know, the little things in life. I say yes to things that serve me, and I am learning to say no to those that don't. Bellamy has helped me acquire financial freedom, but more than that, it's time freedom to be able to decide what I want to do with my time. I don't want to clean my house. I don't want to spend my Saturdays doing that. And Bellamy affords me the opportunity to not have to do that. That's just one example. I want to go to the soccer game and I want to go down the shore. So I don't want to spend my Saturday morning cleaning. That affords me the opportunity to have someone else do that. So it's also time freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, that mindset of like, you know, you don't have to be in the grind all the time. You can relax a little bit. So I do find time to, you know, sit in the car for an extra 3 minutes and message people back, those little pockets of time. Bellamy allows me to work when I want and still make the money that, you know, I don't want to say need, that I desire maybe. So if this is something that, if you're a partner and, maybe you're not hustling as much as you thought you were going to be, or if you're a customer and you're thinking about this, if it's pulling on you a little bit, or if you're just somebody listening that was curious about this, there is room for you here. This is a brand with integrity. The skincare is fantastic. I mean, and all the women, this whole brand is like super supportive and inclusive. There is just nothing like it. So that's my story. I really appreciate you listening, for coming along for the ride. I swiped so that I couldn't see the comments because I was getting so distracted as I was going through. So if you wrote something, I promise I will get back to you. I will message you back and I will read all the comments. This has been one of the most exciting things for me, to be able to speak to my Bellamy girls, to this tribe, to this community. I am honored and humbled, and I am just so grateful for this opportunity. This whole Bellamy opportunity has really changed my life. So I am truly blessed to be a part of this. So with that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic night, and thanks for being here.